the aircraft was a brand new invention in World War I, you know, just 10 years or so after the Wright brothers first flew. At first, I think the armies of Europe didn't really know what to do with the airplane, but it very quickly found a very important role. And aircraft production and training of pilots, it all skyrocketed very quickly.
It was a brand new way of fighting. Having war machines that operated within the air added a third dimension to the battlefield. And they were just learning how to do it. And so pilots were throwing bombs out of the cockpit, and they were carrying pistols and rifles in the cockpit, or they would have an observer in a secondary cockpit who had a pistol or a rifle, and they would be trading rounds with other airplanes.
I have a lot of respect for the young men who flew these really primitive elemental airplanes back in the day, often with only a few weeks of training. So I can imagine being a 17-year-old kid jumping in one of these airplanes and then being thrown into combat versus, you know, another guy who's probably another 17-year-old kid scared out of his mind who's trying to kill him.
I think on the one hand they were terrified because they were young, they were fresh. When they came to the front lines with a unit, you know, they maybe had a maximum of 20 hours of flying time. They just weren't that experienced.
The old Rhinebeck Aerodrome is the only real time machine I've ever seen anywhere in the world. You know, you step across the covered bridge here, it's just like it was back in the day. The machines, you know, the people, the atmosphere, it's all so different from the everyday hustle and bustle. And, you know, most people have hundreds of airplanes fly over their heads all day long and they never even look up. But here you can't help but look up.
Everything nowadays is very much electronic. It's very much, you're just a systems manager, you know, flying on an autopilot. And it's not as visceral and it's not as literally in your face. When you're sitting in a SPAD 7 or a Fokker triplane or whatever from the war flying that, it's true wind in your face flying.
Here at Old Rhinebeck, we believe an airplane isn't really an airplane unless it flies. So we will do everything we can to keep them going and, you know, to always fix what little things may go wrong and keep it all in the air.
It's very much living history. It's very much history that you can't get anywhere else because it is in your face. You literally can hear it and see it and smell it all at once. And that's a totally different experience.